Testing 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's cold this morning. The sun is about to come up in probably about 5 minutes and start defrosting all that. Well, it's on the outside, but start defrosting all that. This is what I look like in the morning. I tell you I need a coffee. Oh. I'm just about to watch Desmond Zonder's Wednesday's waffle, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'll edit this video, and in between I'll be watching Dave on his Wednesday's waffle. Oh. Anyway, you can see I've got all the heaters on. Oh, I've got that one. That's keeping my legs warm, but we've got the blown air heating on. This is what the blown air heating looks like from the outside when it's freezing. You can see all the steam coming out. Oh, it's so cold. So if you've got a drone for Christmas, the government obviously passed new legislation. The 31st of December meant that for having a drone, you need to have a flyer ID, and your flyer ID. I'll just get the drone. I actually have gimbal written on there in Tipex, and I did that to remind me to take off the gimbal cover, because I forgot. Well, I only forgot once, and then I thought, right, I'll make sure I don't forget again. I'm running out of gas in my gas heater, but the blown air heating's taking over now, so I'll turn that off. Whenever I use that, I always have that next to it, which is a carbon monoxide detector. Yeah, I can hear it kicking in now, the hot air. So somewhere on there, right, I've got to put the flyer ID. Now, because we're living in a country with millions and millions of people, your flyer ID is you know, about it's about 4 letters or 3 letters and about 150 numbers or something ridiculous. So it's a long thing, you know, so you've got to put the whole thing on there. It's probably, you know, 13 or 14 characters long. So the easiest way would be to get somebody to print it out. I don't have a printer, and you know, sort of tape it on the top, if you will. But I'm going to get a permanent marker or whatever, and Sue can permanently mark it on top. Man, I don't know if, because I can't imagine me selling the drone, so it makes no difference to me, you know, whether it's in permanent marker or whatever, because if somebody else gets the drone, they can obviously put it on the top. So anyway, somehow I'm going to have to, before I use it, is put my flyer ID on the drone, right, on the top where it can be seen. And as far as I know, it's got to be, you know, a fixing that's on a part of the drone that can't come off. So if a leg can fall off, it can't be on that type of thing. I don't know. Anyway, so when I looked into it in December, was it December or was it New Year's Day? It could have been New Year's Day or the day after. Anyway, it came up that you can do a drone test. Now, I knew nothing about this drone test. The only thing I did know is that to buy the Mavic Mini, it weighed less than 250 grams, which meant that you didn't need any type of a license. Now, things have obviously changed now, so any drone that has a camera, regardless of its weight, is not now classed as a toy, right? And it has to have a specific flyer ID. On the drone, you have to pay for that. It's £9 a year in the UK, and then put the flyer ID on the drone. It's all these silly people that are flying them in silly spots like airports and all that, you know, that's what they're trying to stop. So I took the test as well. Now, somebody asked me, was the test easy? To be fair, I understood the drone code. You're only allowed to fly at 400 feet, which is about 120 metres. Don't fly it near other people. You know, you can't go flying it over the M6 and video the M6. That'd be a silly thing to do. So I had a basic idea of what to do with the drone and where to fly it safely. So, providing you do that, you don't need to do that much research. It's just common sense. Do some research, because it doesn't hurt. If you fail the test, you just take it again. But understand the drone course, which you should do anyway, and then obviously I took the test, and You just register yourself for the flyer ID, your name, your address, who you are, your date of birth and all the other details, so that they know. So if you lose that drone in an area where it shouldn't be, or the government shoot it down, or whatever agency get hold of your drone, it should be flying where it shouldn't have been, they're going to come to you. It's the next step towards an outright ban. So, you know, it's there's no point me saying, oh, abide by the code and all that, because it's up to people whatever they do, because whether you do or you don't, you're going to do it whether you want to or not. It's just one of them things. If somebody wants to fly a drone at an airport, they'll probably just do it, regardless of whether you've got to have your name on top. That then will come into, they'll just ban drones. You'll get no compensation. They'll just say, right, in our country, that's it, we're finished, drones are finished. So we either all abide by the rules and regulations that are there, or that's what will come. I only use mine just for purely adding to my channel to film. You know, sometimes you can film things that you wouldn't normally see in ordinary life, like, you know, from 200 foot in the air, unless you go on Google Earth. So I just enjoy the fact that I can do the filming and add a bit of music. Oh, I need some more coffee, it's freezing. Anyway, so that's a drone, so that's what you need. You've got to have a flyer ID, and I took the test as well and I passed the test, so I got 32 out of 40. I think the pass rate was 30 and I got 32, so I just scraped in. But it's just basic common sense, that's all. The sun's nearly there. Oh look, I can see it, I can see the sun, it's coming. Right, the only other thing I was going to tell you was, I wanted to metal detect, I don't know if you saw the last drone footage, I wanted to go in the van, park up and metal detect that bit of beach that I showed you. Because I know it's quite popular, that bit of beach. And the only problem is now, we're obviously locked down. Now I've looked up on the national metal detecting, you know, they have like a national metal detecting place that you can be a member of if you want. And according to what they've said, you're allowed to exercise on your own or with one other person, right? And metal detecting can be classed as exercise. But if everybody's supposed to be on lockdown, I don't think it's very fair that whether I'm allowed to or I'm not allowed to go metal detecting, I then drive somewhere, pull up in the van and then go metal detecting. So I'm not going to do it, because I don't think it's fair. I'm going to heed the advice, stay at home unless it's essential travel. That's what I'm going to do. I know it's just one of them things. I've taken the decision that that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to make videos. We're going to do some cooking in the van and we'll muck about and we'll try and, like we did in the last lockdown, we tried to have some fun and entertainment. I know it's early in the morning to have fun and entertainment. I'm freezing, but we're getting warmer. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do. I wanted to give you a bit of news about the drone and what I'm doing. So I'm not going to be going anywhere. We're on lockdown. Obviously, you know, I'm looking after a couple of vulnerable people. It's not fair to them, and it's not fair to everybody watching to see me going out, swanning about, doing all this, that and the other, so it's not going to happen. There's a postman. So that's what we're going to be doing. We'll be finding things to do. We'll stay occupied, keep the brain ticking over, and what else can I say? I could have gone metal detecting according to that what I've read, but I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair to see me on a beach metal detecting, saying to everybody, well, yeah, it's my exercise. It isn't my exercise. The idea is that we're trying to stop the spread of a virus, so fair enough, I'll play my part. I'll do what everybody else is doing, or what everybody else should be doing. And yeah, I'm not going camping in the woods, I'm not going metal detecting, I'm not getting the bushbox stove. Well, I could get the bushbox stove out though and light it with one match and do it in the back garden, do some cooking. You never know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see whether, it won't be today, but we'll see whether the sun, as it picks up, warms up a bit. It's too cold at the minute and I'm an old man. Oh, I just watched a film last night, Bill Murray, and I can't remember what it was called, but he says, this little lad said, what's his name? He says, he's an old man. And he said, what's your name? He said, old man. That's me. Anyway, so I just wanted to keep you up to date of the drone code. If you know, you got to understand that there's new regulations regarding the drone. And I wanted to tell you what we're doing, which is not a lot, but we'll try and get some entertainment going. I know it's a bit of waffle, and what's he talking about? Well, if you'd have watched the video from the start, you'd understand. I'm just trying to keep you entertained in the best way I can think of possible. What was that Kenny Everett did? It's all in the best possible taste. Okay, I'm Smithy, this is a Contiki, stay safe, be lucky, and I'm going to see you soon.